running on diesel, baby, I'm active. Shawty wanna know what's happening. Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I feel it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm damaged. Bomb, 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 feeling I'm massive. Feel it like bomb, 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 bomb.
I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna.
I'm running on diesel, baby, I'm active. Shawty wanna know what's happening. Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I feel it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm damaged. Bomb, 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 feeling I'm massive. Feel like bomb, 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 dip, slide, when I wanna dive. Hit it to the rhythm all day and night. Raising the vibe, ain't no wasting the time. Gotta shoot my shot till I get what I like. Shawty really wanna fuck and I'm on one. Little homie looking bad, never got lost. When the pop song, girl go pop off. Homie count that beats, who can't go.
I just I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna.
I'm running on diesel, baby, I'm active. Shawty wanna know what's happening. Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I feel it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm damaged. Bomb, 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 feeling I'm massive. Bomb, 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 bomb,
Hello. Okay, it's working. I am so good at my job. I'm so good at this whole streaming thing. I'm definitely here every single time, on time. Definitely always have my mic plugged in ahead of time. How you doing, Mike? Hope you're having a good one. We are here early, dude. I woke up extra early, so I apologize if I'm going to be a little erratic today. I woke up at 5, man. So I'm just going to be on coffee, while also trying to keep myself hydrated, while also trying not to let my brain run ahead of me as best as I can. The road rework coming shortly, right? I wouldn't set your sights that high. I don't think so. They did say they were looking to streamline Rogue as a class. I'd be kind of surprised at this point. I think they're not going to focus on us. I think they're just going to keep us as we are, give us a new tier set. That's going to hold us off for a season. It's not going to be great. Maybe in a 0.5. I don't think it's going to be part of the 11.2. 11.2.5 maybe, but not part of 11.2, I don't think. Like, I feel like us and Demon Hunters maybe could use a bit of a refresher, but they're like, all right, let's give another go for a Death Knights. Let's give another go for Unholy, Frost. Let's give it another go for Actually, I guess Brewmaster is good that they're actually making some sort of changes. I think that's good in general. They're like, all right, let's just do Hunters again. I know we've done Hunters and we've been amping them and making them better and better and better. Let's just do it again because it's so fun. Mages, let's just go again. You know what I mean? Like some classes I feel like keep getting new stuff. Every new patch. Usually made better in most cases. Almost always. Not always though. But almost always. And then Rogues are just like, we get the scrap suit, you know what I mean? We're like that crow that will eat the scraps, while every other class is just like that fancy pet that everybody buys like the best food for. The Rogue is that crow that will get the scraps if they any fall on the ground. Demon Hunter changes when they announce you guys a third spec. So, so whether they give you guys a third spec or not, I mean, it really comes down to them. I really think they should. If they were ever to add a third spec of Demon Hunter, this patch would be the best time to do it. If they give you a third spec, I think they're also going to revamp the other two. That's Cope. Look. I don't think Demon Hunters are going to get a huge rework or any massive like talent refresher unless you guys are getting a third spec. That's how I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? So, which by that, I mean, I might as well say like when pigs fly, right? I feel like if they do something wild as to give you a third spec, I think they'll end up adjusting the rest of your playstyles a bit. You know, I think it'll be a good time to do it. That's not Cope. That's more like when pigs fly. That's kind of what I mean by that. You know what I mean? But like, if they're wild enough to give you a third spec, I think they would actually do something for Havoc, which it probably need. I kind of do miss when Demon Hunter was like, they were never like insanely top tier rank 1. Right? When's the last time Demon Hunters were literally rank 1? In everything. Been a while. But they've been pretty good. Like, they're generally like a good choice. They were like new player friendly for a while. They were like, if they're great for players, so like the action combat-y type of combat that Demon Hunter offered. You know what I mean? More like a no-nonsense spec that gave you like some good utility. I feel like it's been a while since I've been in that spot. Like Red Pally seems to have taken that. Double now code spray, they have to change Trickster in order to make it a big nerf. Actually, I feel like what they got going on right now for the Outlaw Rogue spray, I think it's fine as is actually. Yeah, I don't think they really need to change killing. Like they just need to amp up killing spree, give it a big damage window. Apparently they did end up buffing it a couple of times. They buffed it by 25% initially when they changed it into a pistol build. And then they apparently buffed it by like 10 to 15% stealthily. They're probably going to be doing more stealth buffs until like they get on the right spot. I'm actually okay with there being a 3-minute cooldown and being pistols. I think it's actually fine. Alright, chat. What classes are we going to prep for this raid test? Because I definitely want to try... my rogue is basically set. My rogue is basically prepped. Are there any weapons I can use? Because I was going to just use Capo's Knuckles. Is there any weapons that rogues get? Like a dagger or a sword or anything? Do we get anything like that? Also, do I need the cloak? Does everybody have the cloak but me? Do I need to go get the cloak? Ratio wraps? Or can I just buy it from like a vendor? Or am I supposed to go do the quest line on this character? Chat, help me out here. Do I need the ratio wraps? Am I screwing myself over for not running the ratio wraps? I feel like I am. Everybody in the world has a ratio wrap. Yeah, 3-minute cooldown instead of 1.5. Brother, I posted a video on Twitter. Maybe I should do it a short on YouTube too. How they changed the ability to a 3-minute cooldown. It is a 20-second cooldown. The 3-minute cooldown is cap. Like, if you don't play Outlaw Rogue, then maybe I could see like you just have no idea. But no, it's basically it's fake cooldown. 3 minutes is not a 3-minute. It is not 3 minutes. It says 3 minutes, but that is fake. I don't mean like it's a bug. I don't mean like they put in the wrong number. Dude, everybody has a ratio wraps cloak. Is there a way, yeah, Briar, is there a ratio wrap cloak I can get anywhere? Or am I just screwing myself over by not running one? You can buy a weapon and PvP guy. I don't care for the weapons. I'm looking for the cloak. Is there any way for me to get the cloak? Besides doing the quest. The NPC in the middle? Yes, the entrance to Stormwind. This guy? Or what? Yes, NPC in the middle at the entrance to Stormwind. Who, this guy? Ratio wraps. Oh! Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay. Provide me the fibers. Empower my ability to use racial wraps. Okay. Thank you. Did you move wrap fibers? No. Where are the fibers? Fiber. Also, are we doing this together or not? Okay, you invited me to the group and then you left. Okay. Also, my guild is going to be running these raids. Do you want to run with my guild? Or do you have like your friends to do it? What is racial wraps? So it's an artifact weapon. It's an artifact cloak called Reishi wraps. Oh, racial wraps attune your specialization. Harmful effects and spells and abilities have a chance to focus light and energies, deal arcane damage. Okay, so I have the DPS version. Yeah, so it's called a cloak called Reishi wraps. It's like the ethereal cloak. You know how like ethereals wrap themselves up in bandages? So Reishi wraps were like those artifact that the ethereals, before they became the ethereals, held as one of the like, they're basically like a big leader order of the ethereals before they were ethereals. I guess they were called the Reishi. Like, they had this as an artifact of theirs, and they kind of used it to basically, I think, to create the bandages, but also there was like a source of their power in a way. No, in an hour. I'm just here an hour early. Power the ability to use wraps. Where can I get the, where can I get the fibers? Jay, are there fibers on any of these guys? Are there fibers on this guy? Are there fibers anywhere I can get? Do I have to craft them? How does that work? Because apparently you could put a socket in these things. I have a fiber socket, but I don't really know where to get these fiber sockets. Provide me fibers. Fiber socket. Oh wait, do I already have a fiber? It looks like my fiber socket already has something in it, but when I open it, there's nothing. I'm guessing he just grants you one, doesn't he? Okay. Does everybody else's cloak look the same? This guy doesn't have that cloak. Mage. This guy probably has his Reishi. No, he doesn't. Reishi? No, he doesn't have a cloak. Okay, so not everybody has the cloak. Earlier I was looking, everybody in the mother has the cloak, but now I'm looking, nobody has the cloak. Okay. Yeah, fiber socket. Okay, so they just get theirs immediately. Okay, so it's automatically in. Cool. One sec, doing a Terraria boss. All good, all good. I was just wondering how do you get like the sockets, but I think he already gives me a socket for free just by talking to him. That's fine. No, we're chilling, we're chilling. Another thing I was asking is if I can get any other weapons for the raid, but I guess I could just go with like Galliwix's thumb and that'll be my raiding build. No, I don't want to decide your thing. I do want to make a raid build too. Here we go. So if I have like, I have an AoE build now to have a single target build. So if I need one or the other, I'll be good. And then plus, I guess I don't really need Ghostly Strike, do I? Wait, no, raiding build. I need to switch this out. Here we go. There we go. Now we're good. Yeah, all good, my guy. All good. Chat, what classes do we want to prep ahead of time? Because we have about 40 minutes. I have a couple of characters that I could prep right now, and my guild should be raiding this evening. Or at least we should hopefully be trying to put a group together or join as a group with somebody else. At least that's the idea. That or we just pug. Warcraft 1.3 Master came out on Game Pass, just in for fun. Yo, tell me how it is, man. Tell me how it feels. Tell me how it plays. Yeah, so the whole 3-minute cooldown on the, what's it called? Killing spree is not real. You want to see exactly what I mean by the whole killing spree cooldown is not real? Well, I was able to get the ability back in about 20 seconds or so. So I don't think it's actually real. Cooldown is imaginary. Cooldown is just a construct of your mind. That's how you know you're like mentally captured. Cannot break past the matrix. What am I talking about, bro? Basically, our cooldown reduction is so good. Plus a coup de grace. allows us to gain kill spree back super quickly. That cooldown is fake, bro. It's just like a mental prison created by your own mind. You just gotta break free, you know what I mean? Just gotta break free. It's like, damn, what are you talking about? Look at the kill spree. I get how many uses out of it? I may have wing though. So, but single target will be a little bit less. 3 in a, what is it? In a minute window. Yeah, so I got 3 killing sprees in a 1 minute. With roughly being a cooldown of about 20 seconds or so. Yeah. It makes Mog so toxic? What are you talking about? What do you mean makes Mog so toxic? They're about to buff Mog, obtain, like, Mog acquisition by a bunch, man. They're about to juice it. But chat, what classes are we testing? What classes should I prep? What classes would you want to see, man? I was thinking do one as a rogue, because I think it'll be really fun. Obviously, play Outlaw. I was thinking do one as maybe a hunter and try the Dark Ranger 1 minute true shot. I think that'd be really fun. Maybe set up a BM as well and do a 1 minute Dark Ranger or Stampede. Could play just Stampede. Or survival and do the big grenades, dude. Have you seen the tier set that they've gotten? Let me go show you. Just saying, doing Sanctum very difficult on every character. It's gonna be insane. Raw gold farm without event up. Sanctum of Domination? Is that what you're talking about? Sanctum Raw Gold. What do you mean by Raw Gold, actually? Are you talking about, like, mount runs? Subdal of ODK to test. We can do Death Knight. I do a BM Hunter or Hunter overall. Okay, we can do Hunter. I need sub rogue today. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do Rogue, we'll do Death Knight, and we'll do Hunter. 1 fight each. How did that sound? But yo, look at this. Look at this. Hold on. So if I go Sentinel, Sentinel got a nutty build, man. Absolutely nutty build. I am gonna need to make a raiding build for Sentinel though, or Hunter in general. I'll have BM and have MM rolling for tonight. I just need to see what survival would run in a raid situation. Right now they're playing around Mungus Bite, which makes sense. But what would it play without Mungus Bite? So it looks like they're playing into a. Okay, I'm gonna make a new build. Serve raid. Right. So apparently the pack leader, but I kind of want to show you Sentinel and how good that can be. So they'll be running with Flank and Strike. Apparently they're playing Mungus, but I don't know if I really want to do Mungus. You don't need Cleave. Apparently it's all Killer Companion. I do want to go Grenades, I think, though. Maybe like this for shorter CD. Because Grenade seems really good. Your Grenades could do a ton of damage. Increase the attack speed. I mean, I guess it's fine because that opens that up. I almost want to go Kill Shot. I feel like Kill Shot and some of these talents with the Kill Shot could probably make it really good. You know what I mean? So even Kill Shot's probably is really, really good too. What is a Mungus Bite? Mungus? It's an Among Us Bite. It's kind of sus, not gonna lie. No, Mungus Bite. Okay, let me show you the tier set. So, the Sentinel playstyle is all about dropping in the Lunar Storm. So what this does is actually amps up your damage during Lunar Storm. Wildfire bite damage increased by 10%. When Lunar Storm fades, you gain Boon of a Loon, causing the next 2 Wildfire Bombs to deal arcane damage and have their initial damage increased by 150%. So initial, when you connect with the grenade, that thing yops the target for a bunch. Sentinel damage increased by 20%. The Boon of a Loon now active for the duration of Lunar Storm at 100% effectiveness. So now, you want to, I think, ideally throw a grenade, pop full cooldowns, everything available, and then big grenade that can hit for a ton of damage. I don't even know what the best setup is going to be here. Maybe you go for like explosive shot just so you can have the grenades come back a little quicker. Maybe. I am not 100%. But you probably do want to kill command and stuff pretty often with this setup. But it seems that you'll be doing big bomb builds. Big bomb. Big boom. Look. Big boom. And you can hit for 9 million. Look, Wildfire Bomb initial hit can hit for 14 million, dude. 14. Bah. Like, what is that, right? What is that damage? I don't think I want to go for shorter cooldown coordinated assault because it's gonna desync with Lunar Storm. So let me actually switch up this talent here that usually goes for shorter and go all abilities apply Sentinel, because that'll also play with the tier set really, really well. Yeah, Among Us Bite, exactly, Among Us Bite. But you see this damage? Wildfire Bomb initial hit can crit for 14 million. This is why I'm thinking go grenade damage, dude. Big bomb damage, big boom damage. The bleed here is fine. I just can't really get a better bomb than this. I don't even know if you really need the whole Mongoose Bite build. Yeah. Kill command. I just gotta spam kill command a lot. I said yesterday, Banchers, and he was like, the only spamming Wildfire Bomb. He only used explosive shot like 10 times on the whole dungeon. So Chrono Crazy AoE. Bombs go crazy, and in AoE you could also do frenzy strikes in order to get cooldown reduction on those bombs with butchery. That seems really good. I'm trying to find a way to like, how do I construct this build into a raid setting? Because unless I'm going to be doing a fight with a bunch of AoE, which I have an AoE build, I could just go Sentinel AoE M+ build. But I just want to have like a raid build set up. Now, I probably should also go and optimize the gear a little bit, shouldn't I? Let me go and do that. Let me go get myself trinkets. Make sure BM and MM also have a build. So let's do that. But I really want to try survival because Wildfire Bomb hitting for 14 million is a lot. Right? That seems like a lot. That seems like a pretty sizable chunky number. And if I get more mastery and crit, right? So I can get more crits. I imagine that's going to be even better. You know? I also should do enchants like head to toe. And get the weapon enchanted and everything. Just to make sure this character's scaling. And let me get my ratio wraps, right? Let me get my racial wraps. Yeah. Let me do that really quick. There's that one Tauren. Okay, give me ratio wraps. That's my cloak. Give me the fibers. And let me max it. Cool. I get my ratio wraps. Neat. And I need trinket wise. So there's some cool trinkets you can get. I'm thinking maybe do this cosmic or maybe just critical strike one. I already have it actually. Or I could just do improved. I was thinking do Ara's Ritual Forge to get myself 45,000 agility, chat. And I can basically use that every, what, 2 minutes with my cooldowns. Because I'm basically a 2-minute class. Should I run Befouler's Syringe? I mean, all the gear in the raid testing is just going to scale anyway, so it doesn't matter whether it's high item level or not. It'll scale. Yeah, let's go this Giga Juice on agility. 45,000 agility. Seems like a big number. Not much agility. No, too much agility. Too much agiless. Wait, what? You mean this thing is not worth? I mean, I was thinking during burst peak window, it's probably very good. Oh, you mean like the weapon? No much agility. Yeah, I guess you don't have a lot of agility on that thing, do you? Need a weapon. I still seen some people run it. I think the damage makes up for the lack of, you know, lack of... Yeah. Lack of... Yeah.
Surviving means being resourceful.
Oh, I apparently didn't have these things socketed. Versatility in the neck is not ideal. Cannot be modified? Okay, we'll go with this. I know it's not the best neck, but it doesn't really make a difference. Wait, this gun sheaths like a pistol. Is that because I'm survival? Because that is a gun. But it sheaths like a pistol. Look. Oh, like a sword. I don't hate that. It almost looks like a gun blade, doesn't it? Because it's all sharp and shit. I kind of like that. Let me though go and get what crit? Crit mastery? Or master crit rather. Ring with mastery. Radiance. Can you put radiance on range weapons, or do you need like scopes? Or does it not matter? I guess I'll use the what is it, the Cersei's. I don't really have any other good rings, like PvP rings, but that's just not ideal. Which other try? Frost Mage. What else? Because I'm lost. Oh, I was gonna say Warlock, but I kind of hate Warlock tier sets. I think a Shadow Priest would be worth testing, just because they'll probably be very strong. I think like I actually unironically think Rogue would be fun to test. I think Warlock, I just don't like the tier sets really. I think Warrior would be very fun with a Demolish build and crit damage. That'll probably be rock, dude. That'll probably be rocking things. That whole demon, dude. I don't like the demon tier set at all, dude. I don't like it. You get eyeballs, all right, and then you get like intellect, and I'm like, dude, this is so boring. Or you go for like, oh, just a little bit more passive damage from your demon soul. Haha. Cool. Thanks, Blizzard. You know what I mean? Like it's okay as a tier set, but far from my favorite. Far from my favorite. Okay, so it looks like you can't just put Radiant on a ranged weapon. All right, cool. I thought you needed like a scope. The scope with the cope. Alrighty, so we have a range build. And I'll use that same trinket as part of the range build. So we have a hunter set up, melee and a bit of range. So this character, we're just gonna log here. So what I'll do is I'll actually play one character for one boss, switch over to another character for the next boss, and switch over to third character for third boss, because we got 3 bosses tonight. Hunter will be one of them. You guys also wanted to see Death Knight. What spec do we do of DK? Because I want to set up one. Actually, I guess we'll set up both. Does anybody have any talents to recommend me? Because I don't really know what kind of... I have like an unholy damage build set up. Like a disease and a minion build. I don't have a frost build for raids. Do I play breath? I do have dual wield. But do I play breath with that thing? Like, what am I supposed to do, man? With that execute fury build? Nah, I need to show you that. Is it that good? I was thinking theorycraft wise it was looking real good, but I didn't know if it was actually going to be good. Is it actually good? That's awesome if that's the case. I shouldn't have left the death gate. There's like a portal, because I need to get myself... I have a two-hander. Wait, do you think Farak weapon works in array testing? That would be funny. I'm gonna runeforge that thing just in case. Oh wait, there's already runeforged. Okay, I do need to get myself an actual two-hander. I think I have this thing. Oh, okay, it's enchanted already. No, it's fine. I'm good. Oh yeah, there's a dude out here that he could port. I don't know why they kept one in Legion Dalaran, but that dude is out here to port me. So I'm just gonna keep this character part here, man. No, actually, no, I shouldn't. I need to get my cloak. Apparently, I don't have the cloak already. I don't remember when I got Risha Wraps. Was it this character that was doing the quest on? I think this might have been my story character. I'm gonna buff up my cloak, get myself in chance for everything else. It was beating bugged out Herald of the Sun. Should we just have Warrior tonight, boys? I haven't messed with Warrior at all. Wait, you're just Furious Arms. That seems like a lot of fun. I was like theorycrafting that one, and it looked like it was going to be real good. I didn't know if that was going to be the case, but it was looking good on paper. Chat, does anybody have like an actual Frost DK build for me, man? Anybody? For like raiding? No, I'm good actually. I have 2 cloaks now. Wait, what is higher item level for some reason? Whatever. I think I'll keep that as is. I'm just gonna get enchants. Haste? Let's do crit. Let's do haste. That authority, what I don't need. I just need one of these.
Don't die out there.
Cool. Chest. I don't know, the enchant will be fine. Fury literally felt like Fury and Taurus Fury Warrior again. Okay, I might need to mess with it then. What's the other enchant that I had? Is that it? Okay, so we'll have 1 haste, 1 crit. And we'll have like a mix of stats, but it's okay. A little bit of haste, a little bit of crit, a little bit of mastery. It's all very, very even. And I guess what I can do is I can just get mastery and haste. I don't even know what's going to be my stat go-to for Fury, or not Fury, Frost versus Unholy. But I am gonna try to see if I can, where was it? Move this over here, move this over here, just so I have a weapon. I want to try for rack weapon, see if it actually scales up and it's functional. That'd be hilarious if it is, dude. That's unholy. That'd be the funniest thing ever, because you have that leap. I imagine that will break everything, but it'll be fun. The improved arms AoE damage. Chat. Okay, so I have a rogue, I have a hunter set up. I should set up a warrior real quickly, yeah? Mess around with that build, the slayer. Do you have a build for me, Jake, or do I just like take whatever from Archon? Because warrior didn't really change too much, did they? I don't think they did. Also, I was messing around with prot. It's so everywhere. It's kind of all over the place, but it's okay. I got a build. I'm assuming it's the raid build. Because again, Fury just didn't change like at all for raiding whatsoever. So I'm just gonna take like a Locket Sprocket, Fury Warrior. Export. Unless there's like a talent to gotta play into. Raid. Or what? Or it doesn't work? Okay, we're gonna construct it ourselves. Leap. Okay, rally. Currently with stun. We go leech, stun. Apparently that's what you'll run here. And you do brutal finish, forced follow through, and apparently relentless. Okay. And then you go frenzied, you go do this, you don't do that. That. Rage and Blow seems like it'll be a pretty high priority ability. Apparently all three here. One here, two here, Blade Storm, Unhinged, that. Apparently that is the build. You don't even go that far down below in the capstones. That is weird. Okay. Apparently that is the rating build, at least what people play on live. My tier said, execute damage increased by 20%, executes from sudden death have a 10% chance to stack overwhelmed. Her trigger save strike at 100% victims, Rage and Blow damage increased by 20%, Rage and Blow has a 2% chance per stack overwhelmed on the target to reap the storm. Okay, and then I just need I need a decent weapon, which is this fine, that is fine. What is enchanted, what is not enchanted? Okay, at least we got that. I'll be testing the consequence to answer your earlier question. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who I'll be with. I just know my guild got a run together. Not a full guild run, but we'll be running with some of the people that they know. It is a pretty fast-paced build. I am getting more procs of executes, which is nice. So is it just like a Rage and Blow build? Do I even Bloodthirst? Feels like you can just Rage and Blow almost the entire time. That cooldown reduction is nice. Oh my god. I guess you can eventually get crits with a Bloodthirst. You can just build up to them. Oh yeah, we can get regular executes too. That's gonna be nice. Holy. Blaze Storm off that. That cancel Blaze Storm? Is that what you gotta do at this point? Yeah, so basically you have like perma uptime overwhelmed, right? Pretty much. Looks like SAT compared to Rogue, so much less damage spam. What do you mean? Fury Warrior is SAT to Rogue? I guess to some degree. It's pretty spammy. But yeah, definitely there's a difference between Rogue and the spec. I do like the consistency of the damage though. Oh my god, Execute hits really hard. I can see what you mean by Execute just get ahead now. Rage of Blows also hit really, very hard. It feels like you're a 3-button class now. I don't really Bloodthirst that often. Which is not the worst. I mean, I'm Bloodthirsting here automatically though. Now that the mob is in Execute range, yeah, Execute is gonna do a ton of damage. Yeah, I can see what you mean by like it's Antaurus. It's Execute Fiesta. Pretty sure you want to rampage into a Bladestorm, right? So you're not wasting Fury. Pretty sure at least. I'm not really bloodthirsting. Alright, this thing hits very hard. Pretty sure I'm supposed to be executing basically on cooldown, right? Pretty sure. That's hilarious when you get an execute into a rampage, into execute, into rampage. That is funny. I mean, it's critting a lot though. That execute crits a bunch. And Sail Strike is getting a bit more procs. Yeah, I was talking to a Fury Warrior main about this, and they were like, nah, it looks like it would be good, but it's not gonna be good. I don't know if he was... I don't know if he really got to try it out, honestly. Alrighty. Warrior might be something I might want to mess around with. I was really hoping to play some arms, honestly. I've done for the Execute CDR talent. I've gone for the Execute CDR talent. What's the Execute CDR? Execute cooldown reduction? Is there an Execute CDR? Execute. There's like no longer cost rage, sudden death, attack and damage. Oh, cooldown reduced by 1.5. Massacre? Yeah, maybe Massacre is good. What would you swap it out off of? From Vicious Contempt? And I guess you could swap Vicious for someone else too, couldn't you? Maybe, since you're Raging Blowing, maybe hit that Critical Thinking? Maybe? I don't know, actually. Maybe that's good. Do you miss out Rogue? Of course I miss Rogue. I'm still playing Rogue. That's still my main. No, did I miss out Rogue? No. The raid testing hasn't started. I was just prepping some characters ahead of time. But which class do we start off with, boys? First raid, first fight. What do we start off with? What do you guys want to see? Let me just get some trinkets here. I'm gonna grab this crit one. That seems like an okay trinket. I have no idea if it's good or not. Oh, I should probably have picked up the boots, huh? And then there's Cosmic Death. I probably should be running the maze though. Oh yeah. 3-second cooldown. Empower Maul's Singularity collecting loot from corpses within 40 yards or crushing them into void dust. Yo, hold on a second. That sounds awesome. Hell yeah. Ed God? Wait, is that Ed? Ed? Holy, I think there's Ed. I guess I'll do this thing. I don't really know what trinkets I should run. Just gonna try something. I was downloading PTR 1.2, but every time I try to log in, it says realms are offline. Realms are online right now. I'm on PTR at the moment. I would check again. Maybe you logged in when the realms were down. Or maybe you logged in the wrong PTR, because there's probably going to be... Do you have multiple accounts like to PTR? Because you might be logging into the wrong account. Maybe you need like WoW 1 or WoW 15, WoW 14, WoW 13. There's a couple of them. If you have PTRs or betas from previous patches, you might be logging into like a beta account rather than a PTR account. The thing is, the only way to find out which one is which is to try them to see if the ROMs are up. And just keep trying a different one. You don't actually have to log out of Battle.net. It's just when you log into PTR, it'll ask you like, which WoW account do you want? It'll be like WoW 1, WoW 2, or WoW 15, 13, 14. Everybody gets a different number. Just try all the numbers until you get ROMs that are active. Now, I wanted to see Outlaw Rogue with new killing spree, bro. We could do Outlaw as the first boss. I'm cool with that. I was gonna do 3 different classes for 3 different bosses because we were testing out 3 of them. And I was gonna do Rogue as the first one. What is the Arcane? You'll eventually do it, no rush. Yeah, so we got Hunter, we got Death Knight. I have a Warrior set up now. My mage is mostly set up. And then there's a Rogue. Like, most of them are set up. I just need to be in a group. I don't know if AJ or anybody on. You have a group? I'm asking Larson if he has a group. Actually, Jay, would I be able to test with you instead? Because I'm seeing if like AJ is on or Bone is on, but neither are on. So I don't know if they get like a summon set up. They were talking about having something set up, but I don't know if they actually are going to be around. I'm looking for a backup plan now. Look at the boots. Ah, that versus mastery? That's disgusting. Yeah, we got a guild group. Unfortunately, RGM said guildies only. AJ, me and I asked RGM a few days ago. Unfortunate. Okay, so Larson got a group. I'm not sure if we'll have space, but we'll see. Sure. Worst to worst, I could just plug or something. Because Bowen and AJ were talking yesterday about like, oh yeah, we'll have a group. And neither of them are on, and it's like 20 minutes until then. I'm like, wait, are they even going to be on today? Not seeing anybody in Discord except for Euro, but I don't know if he's around there for raid testing or if he's around for like playing Dune. He's just been on Dune the entire time. I see the problem, but it's not my call. Yeah. Sure thing, Larson. I'm gonna run a quick 7 Eco Dome. Are you not gonna raid test? You should do raid testing. Unless you think you can do a 7 in like 50 minutes. Which I mean, like, to each their own, right? Maybe. Maybe you can. You might be able to. Alrighty, let's go flask up. And I wish they added like the sharpened stones here, but I have some with me already copied over. At least I got that. Should I try setting up Assassination? You know what? Let's do it. I need to set up Assassination. I'm gonna do it as a Fatebound Rogue. I'm gonna do Fatebound Assassination. I think Icy Veins has a build for Assassination with Fatebound coin thing. I just need like, I need to figure out how do I like, I just my talents for it. Yeah, there's a Fatebound build. Uh-oh. Seriously, Blizzard? What the hell? Servers are full? I go away to look at some talents for 2 seconds and Blizzard's like, nah, you're out. Get out of here. Okay. It crashed? That's funny. I'm assuming a lot of people are on for testing and they're probably having like server overload. I think they usually PTR servers, they expect that there's not going to be a lot of people on them. But I think Liberation of Undermine had a lot of testing. A lot of people playing the game. A lot of people prepping for season 3. A lot of people want to see what the next raid is going to be. Try to speedrun a key. Yeah. Have you finished the altcoin build anymore so far? I'm really hoping it pops off next patch. It is probably going to be very strong. I have not messed with it that much though. It'll probably be very, very strong. It is like, what the hell? Yeah, it'll probably be very, what's the word that Guy used? Deceptively strong. it's probably going to be deceptively very strong. That double coin flip thing, the edge case, double edge cases, it'll be probably pretty insane. That being said, we'll have to wait and see. Character's gonna wipe? I don't think so. Give it a second. You just gotta give it a second. This happened the other day on PTR. It looks like, oh, characters got wiped, and then give it a second, they're back. Yeah, I'm hoping that build is not it though. I'm hoping Trickster will be it, because Trickster and killing speed changes and double coup de grace, I think is going to be a lot more fun to play. Coin flip just doesn't have that much, like, I think the interactivity of the coin thing and the cooldowns is impactful for Assassination, but not so much for Outlaw. I guess it means that for Outlaw you don't really have any downtime of a drone rush, which is like numerically it's going to be good, but like mechanically it's not going to be in anything at all. Because coin flips also mechanically are not that interesting. I mean, I guess it's like, well, now you have a reason to press dispatch, because dispatch technically can scale off of crit damage, because then it can either cleave to things or hit the same target a second time. I guess. Would rather coin for sure. Really? You'd rather play the coin instead? I kind of like Trickster because at least coup de grace instead of another big cooldown reduction window. I've had more fun with it. Coin is okay. I think coin for Assassination I think would be really fun, just because you can get the CDs down to 1.5 minute CDs instead of 2 minutes. Like cutting 30 seconds off of Death Mark is actually kind of huge. You basically get the profile of a subtlety rogue with the coin, and you can set it up every single time. You can line it up. Can even test rogue. 150 MS is too much for Outlaw. It does seem like quite a bit. I think if you play ambush build, maybe that'll be a little better, but it's like the harder one because you're gonna outlaw got him without outlaw you. But for me, it really comes down to a preference. I don't think Trickster is that much more difficult. It's just you can do this cool little like setup with double coup de grace if you have pistols and ambushes. Otherwise, you just gotta press the ability on cooldown twice. Once coup de grace is up, you just like coup de grace into coup de grace. Don't even need to build comp points. Well, I guess the first time, there's some little rules you can do with it, right? If you're gonna Sinister Strike as your next comp point builder, there we go. Then it's not really worth. If you're not gonna Sinister Strike, then it's better to ambush or pistol, and then coup de grace. But yeah, if you Sinister Strike is the only thing that you can press, you just coup de grace immediately. Alrighty, so well with this, I don't know if AJ got a group. I don't know if Bones got a group. It looks like we are gonna try to set something up. Looks like people are hopping on now. End up re-rolling when I shouldn't. My brain can't keep it rolling. I just get a weak aura if we keep it rolling, and then you just press it when it lights up. Otherwise, you don't touch it. That's what I would do personally. Is just not press it unless it lights up. Anyway, let's try to see if we can join the group with, it looks like Bone is on, looks like Sky is on, looks like Oz is on, so at least we got a couple of people. We can either join a group or make our own and just spam invite whoever's on. Or Pug. I do want to get my rogue into a group as soon as possible, and I want to set up Assassination as quick as I can. That's what I was trying to do. I'm gonna write to Bone. But yeah, I want to see if I could set up a alloy is fine. And then I want to set up a assassination build. Okay, and I want to play coin. And I need talent wise. Apparently you do. Okay. Never mind. DCs. Makes sense to try to choose weak auras. I think for things that keep it rolling, I would just use a weak aura because it'll just tell you when to press it. Yeah, I think a weak aura for that one makes sense. Because like the rules for keep it rolling are gonna change, and there's like a weak aura that just lights up and tells you roll. I actually think that one is really, really useful. You just like getting a weak aura for when to roll and weak aura for keep it rolling, and you just take away that whole like mental complexity out of the spec with the whole roll the bones thing. Honestly. Was it for Rag that I was on? Record to roll the bones, only use Rogue. KR. I use both. Yeah, I use both. I think it's worth, because you basically taking away a lot of that mental load of playing out the Rogue of Roll the Bones. I mean, like when you play with Roll the Bones long enough, you just don't really think about it. You just kind of like, you memorize like, okay, bad buffs or good buffs, or is loaded dice up? Okay, I'll roll. Otherwise you don't roll. You basically don't really focus on rolling that hard. Right now you do because of a tier set, and you kind of want to re-roll into good buffs, but like, yeah. I would just get a weak aura, right? It'll just tell you when to roll, when not to roll. Now that's a function they need to move into the base game. Like when to roll, when not to roll. Yeah, I think keep it rolling should maybe have a glow, right? Like at least like the ability starts to glow when you have like 3 or 4 buffs. Then I think it's like, cool, right? That should be a functionality. Yeah, I agree. Because right now, there's not that much easier way to see all the buffs from all the bones. I mean, I guess you could do it with cooldown manager, but I feel like it's a little overloaded right now. Just having, maybe like have a icon for roll the bones and a number of how many buffs you have, right? Instead of like showing you every single buff that's existing, just an icon and how many buffs you have. Because that's all you need for roll the bones is like, oh, I have 4 buffs. Press it. I guess next patch you're gonna do it with 3 buffs, because right now you can do it with 4, but that's mostly because you can like cheese the rolls. Not cheese the rolls, I guess, but like you could really wait until you get a bigger value of them. I'm a relog. You can wait until you get a bigger value rolls and then work with that. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think they said themselves to want to streamline Outlaw, and like, dude, Blizz, have somebody at your team reach out to me. I know I'm not like some big Outlaw Rogue representer out here, but like that's the only spec that of Rogue that I really like. So let me be that guy to like at least collect it from other rogues out there, present them like, hey, hi, here's what we'd love to see. You can turn it into YouTube content, whole ass interview, right? I'll throw them some softball questions, talk about how they have nice shirts and whatever. Glaze them because patch 11.2 looks awesome as hell. And then be like, hey, here's some of the ideas that the Rogue community has had about how to streamline Outlaw. I think simplifying roll the bones, keep it rolling, all those things would be nice in general. So does Outlaw lose the stagger damage during killing spree? Yes. Yes, we don't have that stagger damage anymore, which I'm okay with. It's like, that's not a big selling point of killing spree. I mean, I guess maybe I could look at it from like, if you're a PvPer and you're like, but I like that ability. Yeah, defensive is kind of nice. But like, having killing spree do some real damage, it's all we want. Having killing spree do some meaningful damage is all anybody really wants out of the ability. Having it crank super hard is all anybody cares about, really. So turning it into a proper like hard hitter finisher that's like allows you to still control your character while you use it, I think it's awesome. I'm perfectly cool with it. You can still move, you can still use your character, you can maneuver, you can do all that. It is the best. It is the best. The only PvP on my Outlaw, and I like that part. I don't think it'll be that necessary of like, oh, I need it. Like, you don't really need it. Killing spree wasn't really used as a defensive. Like, the only time you would use killing spree is mostly as an offensive ability. Usually while your subterfuge windows are down. But, or if you were Trickster and you would just spam it on cooldown because it was a really hard hitter. And you want to use it as often as possible. I think making kill spree just a proper hard hitting finisher is fine. I think it's perfectly fine. As long as the comp points invested equals to good damage, I think it'll be fine. As long as it does meaningful damage, I think it'll be okay. I think having a finisher that can do damage and move and be a defensive maybe is a bit of an overload, and just like give it, because it does way too many jobs. Let's just have it focus on hitting very hard and make it really good at that, and the rest we can figure out later. I'm also about racing my Monk or PM. I don't want to be a Belf, but I know that Ring of Peace is better than Struggle or Arcane Torn, so I'm torn between Torn and Panda. I say just do Panda, right? Like, I think Torn will probably be a little better because you have stamina and AoE stun, which is, I mean, you already have leg sweeps. I guess you'd already covered in that angle. You could just do Panda for posterity, because, you know, Panda and monks, they just go well together. Or just do Belf. Honestly, Belf is really strong too. You can miss Bandera and Mop now. I saw. It made no sense not to be able to. Hello? Do I gotta relog again? What you mean character list? Do I gotta relog, chat? Okay, I'm gonna relog again. We got 3 minutes before raid testing, and I'm assuming everybody's in this loading screen. I was sub Rogue VFA for Shadowlands. Skip Dragonflight. I'm trying to swap to Outlaw. It's complex, but I love the APM. It's real fast paced, that's for sure. I do like it a lot too. I'd say like the current version of Subtlety can be really good, at least for raids. Some of the fights is apparently really solid. Pretty high impact damage inside of cooldowns. You don't really do anything outside of cooldowns, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I think the new version of Outlaw with the new killing spree and the good tier set with 11-2 is going to be pretty fun to play into, just in general. And you could always fall back to like what, Assassination, which has been pretty good for Mythic Plus. I think Outlaw would be pretty solid, hopefully, for MM Plus. I'm just gonna wait until it actually gives me like a character number. Once it gives me a number over here, then we'll go in. Anybody in? Am I the only one hanging out here in the lobby or just wait? Is everybody like DC'd? I guess I'll be patient. Nice shirts? Yeah, exactly. All I wanted to do is set up a subtle Assassination Rogue and do the coin thing, man. That's what I get for doing that. I should have just hang tight. Should have just stayed still, did nothing. Put my hands in my pockets. Just AFK, did nothing. That's on me, man. Trying to play something different, something new. Okay, well, I have a more or less an idea of the build that you'll run as a Fatebound Rogue. You basically don't run the what's it called, supercharger. You don't have supercharged finishers, but I imagine it'll be a lot easier to play into, and the cooldowns are going to be really nice. I mean, 1.5 minute CD on Deathmark, 45 second CD on Kingsbane. Kingsbane lasts longer, so I imagine that'll be very good together. Kingsbane also coin flips, so you're just getting more coin flips. Although a lot of rogues are talking about how it's probably not going to be that good overall. I miss Mark for Death. I don't. It was a good ability, but I just feel like it was okay for Mop. It was okay for WAD, but any expansion post that, it was just like a bloat, unfortunately. Like, imagine if you were to add Mark for Death now into the game on Outlaw Rogue. It had cooldown reduction baked into it, so that minute cooldown would be like 10-15 seconds. So you're just spamming it in between the finishers, while you have ambushes that could fill you full of comm points, and pistol shot that could just fill your comm points. It's just a bloat ability. That's literally what it came down to, unfortunately. Like I said, ability is not bad, but it is bloat. Real bad bloat. Not good for the game. What do you press every third button? Yeah, it would be basically press like, yeah, every couple of globals. You would just probably like maybe you would just like, I don't know, make like warlocks. Maybe you would just like spam it as part of dispatch at that point. I don't really know. But yeah, no, it'll be a little much. Mitch macro and every other button. I guess at that point you could, yeah. At that point you could. This monitor is saying new player just stole my mog without which actually dropped for me. We all agreed on that we get before the run. Huh? I don't know what he's on about. Blizzard, please. Are the servers fixed? Can I hop back in? Ray testing should have started by now. I guess I'll go back to Farak, see what happens. If it's stuck on retrieving character list though, I'll need to back out and come back in. Blizzard, please. Blizzard, please. Yeah, no, Mark for Death was fine for like a time, but it was definitely an ability that was good during the eras that was added. But since then, like, it's not necessary at all. Like, to bring it back in now, it just would be like not needed. You generate comp points way too quickly as a rogue, and rogues for the most part don't have any issues on energy as long as you play correctly. As long as you don't waste energy on useless abilities that do nothing, you never should be starving for energy. And if you're starving, you're probably doing something wrong. But like, obviously wrong. The Warlock's meta back from DH. You see, that one I'd be kind of okay for them to get meta again, but I just don't really know how that would like work anymore. It was still meta in Legion until the end of SAD outscaled RDB. What? Mark for Death? Was Mark for Death on the cooldown reduction for Outlaw? Because I don't remember using it. I think we didn't use it. I think we used Deeper Strat because it was just better. So it was like an ability that was already rotated out. Maybe on plus build you could go Mark for Death for resets on targets that are low to get some cheesy cooldown reduction. Deeper Strat wasn't the same row for Legion. Oh yeah. Wait, why was Roll the Bones down there? Wait. Is this correct or is this not correct? That's the wrong. Is this the right one or is this the wrong talents? Where's Cannibal? Cannibal Barrage? Oh, okay. No, there's a different one. It keeps taking me to the wrong one though. I keep trying to show you guys like a good one, but no. You had Cannibal Barrage, Alacrity, and Killing Spree in that same row. And then below that, Death from Above, Mark for Death, and Roll the Bones. Was Mark for Death at that point no longer a cooldown reduction? Oh, you found a image. Okay. Yeah, your Ghost of Strike was okay. This was alright too. I do remember both of these being good. Yeah. You didn't run Slice and Dice until the tail end though, did you? I don't remember using Mark for Death in Legion. I'll be honest. For some reason I assumed that Mark for Death and Deeper Strat were in the same row, but his Anticipation looks like and Vigor. Never mind then. See how cooldown reduction, you just have it up every 10 to 12 seconds? I just don't remember spamming it. I don't even remember what keybind to had it on. Ran at the end of Venturis, the trap correctly. I don't remember running Mark for Death though. Like, I don't even remember what keybind it was. For some reason, my brain just blocked out Mark for Death. Do you think Demon Hunter Spec will come next patch? I feel like if they were to add one, 11.2.5 would be the best time to do it. If they were ever gonna add one, I think 0.5 of this patch would be the best time to do it. Thematically, you have the best opportunity for it. Mechanically, I feel like they could come up with something really, really cool here. Lore-wise, there's enough of a story here to be able to add a Void Demon Hunter spec. Trauma block? I guess so. I have no idea. I don't remember pressing it. I don't remember what keybind it had. I remember the keybind that I had for my artifact weapon. That was Shift Space. I remember running Killing Spree for a short bit, but Alacrity was better because Killing Spree wasn't that good. I remember playing Cannibal Barrage for like 2 seconds before I never switched to it again. I remember making a macro for it for mouse over. I remember playing Slice and Dice at the tail end for the trinket combo with auto attack damage. I remember messing around with Saber Slash thing, but it wasn't that good. I don't remember playing Anticipation ever. I remember messing around with Vigor and Deeper Strap, but Deeper Strap was better. Yeah, I don't remember killing Mark for Death from any point of Legion. That seems going well, guys. Okay, so everybody DC'd. Alright, cool. I was gonna say, yeah, everybody's sitting on loading screens. So nobody could test. Good. I thought everybody were testing and I'm the only one out here sitting. I think it'd be cool if there was a third spec with Demon Hunter with a twist on it. Have it become hybrid melee range survival hunter or rest to some extent. They definitely could come up with a lot of cool ideas, right? Because Demon Hunter is all about being like this. Demon Hunter identity is like this action combat type of a spec in the game, right? Very action combat-y. And that's really cool. And I feel like there's so much cool stuff they could do, blending the Void together with Demon Hunter and some of the abilities from like the boss Void Demon Hunter that they could do. There's a lot of cool potential there. Yeah, I feel like they could easily do a lot of potential. Instead of maybe have like a metamorphosis of demonic, you're the Void. And it's like, how does Void function for a Demon Hunter? How would that transform them? How can we take some of the ideas of some of the Void bosses and Void enemies and incorporate them into the Demon Hunter kit? Or how does the Void alter the Demon Hunter kit a little? You know, have a Fell Rush, but like, should they have like a blink through the Void Fell Rush? Have a Vengeful Retreat, but there should be maybe like a blink as well. Maybe it's how some of that chaos damage and the chaos dot, should they be shadow damage? Maybe they should have like some kind of a build up to it. Maybe you should have, like you said, maybe some range hybrid capability to it, like I-Beam. How should that function as a Void versus the Fell Demon Hunter? There's a lot of cool ideas they could come up with to really mix it up. Look at Goldan Mythic Phase, a Demon Hunter using Void abilities. Well, I don't remember that one super well. Just make a Void Reaver as their demon form, and I'm happy. I guess it depends what the hell a Reaver is. If a Soul Harvester wasn't a Warlock thing, it'd 100% be done for Speckled Soul Harvester. No, there would have to be like... Nah, I wouldn't want a Soul Harvester to be like a spec. Soul Harvester is okay with Demonic Soul or whatever. Imagine it becomes Ogg 2.0. I mean, also, if they wanted to ever add more support specs in the game, they could add a Void Demon Hunter that's not a buff class, but rather a debuff class, right? So you know how Ogg buffs the effectiveness of your allies? They could add Demon Hunter that makes enemies take more damage, right? So instead of buffing your allies, they make enemies weaker against your allies' hits. So it's almost like buffing, but like not directly, right? If they ever wanted to add that as an archetype, to add more of that in the future. Void Reaver from Tempest Keep, my guy. Void Reaver from Tempest Keep. Just make them a Void Reaver as the demon form. I'm happy. You want him to be a big ass mech that's purple? I mean, sure. I would want a proper demon form. I think that'd be much cooler. For Cannibal barely did anything. Yeah, Cannibal Barrage was useless. You would need to amp it up. Maybe make that a finisher. You need to completely revamp the ability to make it even relevant. If they did bring back Legion Classic at some point, I would want them to rebalance a bunch of classes. Make a lot of the talents more viable. Metamorphosis into Void Lord. What I think they would do is they would take that Void meta form that they have in the raid and use that. I don't think they would actually give him like a whole new form. I think maybe they would give him like some cool voidy effects. You know, like shadows rolling off of your wings or something. But I think they would just take that Void meta that they already have in the game and just use that. I'm telling you, yeah. Buzzing nothing. I don't remember it moving. That boss, I think it just meant like he just wants to look like that thing. But yeah, Void, when you say Void Reaver, I'm just like, that's not a boss that sticks in your head, bro. Yeah, that boss is pretty, I did not play much in TBC. And there's some random ass bosses that are like, because I didn't play TBC, I didn't play in Wrath, I only started playing Cataclysm. But like, I did go back and do a lot of the old raids and old dungeons for like Mogs and stuff, right? And I remember like some of the random ass bosses from like Lich King raid or Ulduar, right? I mean, the Mecha Gnome, Thor looking guy, there was a Frost dude, chick with cats, big old Nazat dude, the tank boss, right? Random little bosses that are just memorable. Putricide, you got the some abominations, the vampire, Nazgrim's son, or whoever that was. I think it was Nazgrim's son. Yeah. No, Sarfang's son. Sarfang's son, might be. But yeah, like random bosses that you would just like remember. Void Reaver from Tempest. The only boss that even stands out for me in Tempest Keep is just Kael'thas. There's a Phoenix and then a couple of irrelevant bosses and then Kael'thas. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they're just not memorable. So when he said Void Reaver from Tempest Keep, I was like, Tempest Keep? What the hell is even that? What a raid, man. Was that fun back at TBC? Like, not classic TBC, like real TBC. I'm pretty sure it was pretty fun, but it was like, it's only 4 bosses. There's only so much you could do. They balance MOP and it's looking to be a 5% difference from very top to the DPS meter. That's still, you know, for some people that is still too much. For some people it's gonna be way too much of a difference until it's like 0.000. Just zero. Just zero difference. Everybody's homogenized. Starfrag was a Blood DK DPS. Remember when Blood DK spec was in Wrath? Wasn't viable unless you had a high armor pen. Oh, I do remember that, yeah. I remember messing around with some Death Knight when me and Kren would like level DKs when Wrath was coming out. And yeah, I mean, Blood Death Knight was hitting really hard. I guess all Death Knights were hitting very hard and all of them could tank, all of them could do whatever. But yeah, it was just like big physical damage build. But Blood DK DPS and Wrath was so fun. DK healing coming, DH healing coming. That would be a wild build. That would be wild. And Wrath Classic goes full of gear and Shadow's Edge. That's cool. It was a great raid. It took forever for a guild to take down Kael. Was it really? Okay, so maybe you must have been like, you must have played back in TBC for it to be memorable. But because I look back at it now as somebody who didn't play back in TBC, like there's a lot of bosses and encounters in Wrath that were just like, just cool visually. But like not a lot of ones from TBC like stayed in my mind, except for like Kill Jaden because he's like huge. Illidan because Black Temple was classic. The Snake Raid, I wouldn't be able to tell you a single boss. I wouldn't even be able to tell you a single boss. I know there's some random Demon Hunter boss in there at some point, but yeah, going back to that place, it was just not fun just maneuvering around. Then there was a fishing boss, you could fish out a guy. That's all I remember of it, dude. That's all I remember. Was it TK took 200 days to unlock for some reason, since all raids up until Sunball unlocked day 1, but people didn't know? Wait. What do you mean 200 days to unlock? What do you mean? You have to like... Was there like some kind of like not a requirement, attunement quest or something? Oh, that could be interesting. DH hybrid melee healer that needs you to hit the enemy to generate souls, which used to heal allies. Like a displays but being rage healer sword, but a melee version. Would they use agility as a gear or intellect? Are we talking about like leather intellect gear then? While using glaives? Or would you use like a staff? Or polearm? Because the polearms are only agility. What are we talking about then? Kael'thas lasted 130 days before getting killed. Crazy. Yeah, all the TBC raids had a lengthy attunement part of SC and Sunwell. I didn't know that. Even if they had little purple floofs, the rest of the party could pick up like brand potions. Really, your ring power wasn't what it is now. Yeah, that is true. I knew it was some insane 100-day thing. I thought it was 200 MB. So it was actually a long raid to go through. Or I mean, was the actual, because the raid was only 4 bosses, so it can't have been that long. I think maybe the prep work for it must have been like majority of it done. Just like the stuff you had to do before you can even enter. But the game was also very different too, because it was built up off of vanilla. Right, and vanilla wasn't necessarily super like vanilla, not classic. Vanilla, original. And it was like, looking back at it, it wasn't like the most difficult. It was really just trying to get a bunch of people, you know, get organized together. 40 people, or you and 39 other people need to be organized just enough for Johnny to stop standing in fire. But a lot of the game was like prep work and time that eventually led to you killing bosses. It wasn't like now what it is, where it's like, you know, hammering, pull hundreds of pulls against the boss until you eventually learn it. So I'm sure like some guilds maybe struggle with it. TK was a 20-40 minute run. You'd have to do some Netherstorm questing prior, 25 in TBC. So wait, you had to do the whole quest line before you unlock the raid, I guess? Or do you have to do like a bunch of side stuff? But yeah. I know that there was quite a few attunement things for like certain quest lines or whatever back in vanilla. You had achievements for certain raids. Yeah, the challenge of actual vanilla was things like voice chat barely existed, Enter was not great, no one knew how to play it. Yeah. But it was exciting because it was like, well, it's a whole new world. It's all so fresh and new. Nobody has the answer. We gotta figure it out for ourselves. And then you had things like, you know, just going from Thoughtbot to Wowhead and getting resources and being able to share those resources more effectively. Yeah, things started to, it became less of like a resource gathering, information gathering, and more about, let's get in there, slap these boss around, figure out what the mechanics are. It's gonna be so sad because Blizzard is probably like, oh, you guys theorycraft the potential 3100 spec. But yeah, we have no plans of doing that. I feel like if there were, like if they didn't have plans, that would be a good time to like rev up the engine for spec making. And look, they did augmentation in the past. It was a random mid-patch update, mid-expansion update. So I wouldn't put it past them to potentially add a third demon hunter spec. I feel like they have a lot of the ingredients to cook something up. Question is whether they do it. I mean, it's up to them. I feel like if they were ever to add a third demon hunter spec, this would be the best time to do it. If they miss this opportunity, it's just gonna like not be as exciting. If they ever had the plans of it, this would be the best time to add it for like the 0.5 patch per gear score. I don't think gear score was a thing though for a while, wasn't it? Until like Wrath. Made it a little too easy without RNG procs. I guess it's more consistent. AA, how you doing by the way? Like I kind of like the little bit of variance for the procs. I felt like it was just fun like answering to those procs or whatever. But yeah, you have to get the Hand of Adal title to get into Tempest Keep. Hand of Adal. Wow, Hand of Adal. Hand of Adal title. No longer can be obtained. Comments. Can you confirm World of General patches are obtainable? Okay, no, it's not. Still obtainable, but apparently not. Quest from TBC. At this quest, Kel'Thas Remnant from TBC never got Vash's Remnant. Wanna down Lady Vash. With the help of Elemental Shaman, take care of the Striders. The first SC ever. Okay, yeah, so I guess it was a quest chain. I'm not really get the full. It says still obtainable from the original quest. La, 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 la. But no, the link itself that is no longer is a forum post. I'll stay open, maybe I'll be able to see like a full list of quests, but no. Yeah, looking at the comments on Wowhead, I was hoping to go into like a whole like string of quests, how many you needed, but everybody's just talking about hey, here's a macro you can plug in to see if you completed it or not. Or, hey, if you update your character, looks like you can't complete it anymore, guys. Hey, don't be an idiot like me and update your character. I had the Vows of Eternity half completed Rogue, missed it out, blah, blah, blah. Finally got my revenge in 2014. Grab the vial, summon, keeper of time. Yeah. Oh, Farek. Please tell me we're back, baby. Please tell me we can actually go test them in 20 minutes with no testing. What is happening? Blizzard. Please. Retrieve my characters. Look up Tempest Skip at 2 on Icy Veins. I don't mean to do that. I could just have AI tell me. AI overview. I do detailed steps. Shadowmoon Valley quest, pick up the Hand of Gul'dan for both Alliance and Horde. Quest leads to serious quests involving capturing elemental spirits using a totem, then Cipher of Damnation, Khadgar and Shatrath, heroic dungeons, Mactheridon, and then access and Tempest Keep eventually. Okay, cool, yeah. It's like a 31-minute video going like step by step. Oh, Wowhead also has a whole attunement quest line. Archmage Ultra's quest, first key fragment, attunement to Arcatraz, second and third fragment, attunement to Black Morass, opening the Dark Portal. Oh wait, is that for Hand of Adal? Oh, it's part 1. And then there's also part 2. Smith, Gorlonk, Turning Materials, Kill a Fell Reaver, Heroic Dungeon Keys, Mark of Ash, Cipher of Damnation questline, Tempest Keep, the Tempest Keep attunement, Chalnaro and Mactheridon, Chalnaro Tenacity, Chalnaro Strength, Vial of Eternity. Yeah, okay, so it's a long ass questline. Yeah, I could tell now. You got the neck, it would be TPU Black Temple again and handle it all too. That's cool. Wait, TPU to Black Temple? Oh, it's kind of cool. Yo, the July post got some fire on it. Did they actually have like a full post on it? Oh wait, yeah, hold on. Yeah, look at this July trading post stuff. They got a green boar. They got pajamas. They got some, yeah, banshee pieces. Wait, there's a skull? Is that a floating skull? Yo. Yeah, green horse, green banshee set, back piece look dope. Wait, that actually does look sick. Yeah, the banshee pieces look amazing, man. You can show it to him. Wait, you still have the item, you mean? That's kind of neat. I'm assuming you can't really get it back anymore, huh? I'm gonna relog again because I cannot log in, dude. Is anybody else in BTR, or am I the only one like stuck on loading screen, man? Or is everybody still stuck? Or is everybody in and I'm like the only one out here, like not in the raid? Yeah, I did see the Headless Horseman set. Well, I saw a bunch of horses coming out. I don't know about a Headless Horseman cosmetic set. I saw horses, and then I saw the chopper gear. Like Fell Reaver chopper set, which I think go with the bikes. Unless you mean like the Banshee set. I don't think I saw a Headless Horseman set. Let me look it up again. Yeah, I see the horses, but I don't see like a set. That's not Headless Horseman. That's not Headless Horseman either. That is the bike set. It's a little too modern looking. Are these going back too? Oh, what the hell is this? I did not see this before. Wait, that is sick looking. I did not see this before. Holy. That looks wicked. I did not see that at all. How did I miss that? Bro. That looks sick. That's it. That is nuts. That looks insane. Alright, Blizzard. I guess I'm just gonna... Do I log in? What do I do, boys? Do I wait? Do I log in? What the hell do I do, man? Do I just sit here like this? Are they gonna extend the testing by another hour? Because how the hell did the servers crap out like this? Is that what it looks like? It's not just you looks like. I'm stuck in the loop too. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Because I feel like everybody else is already raiding and having fun. And I feel like I'm the only one stuck in this loop. Yeah, I did not see that Headless Horseman said before. I went to the same article that I seen before. I guess they added it later. No one is in. Okay. I was thinking I was the only one stuck out. Trying to get in, man. That's a medallion of Caribor teleports bearer to the footsteps of Illidan's fortress. Wow, that is cool, actually. Teleport to Black Temple, and it takes you to the Black Temple. That's cool. Wait, is that on? Is that in Classic or is that on Live? I can't tell, Jake. That's a Mikado Druid. I'll probably get her on retail pretty somewhere. Alrighty. Now, if you go on Twitch, I'll stuck on the screen. Also trying to log into BTR. Okay. Alrighty. That is epic. Yeah, that thing looks neat, dude. That whole that's a set to save attendees for actually. I want the Banshee set. I want the Banshee mounts. I'm gonna spend my attendees on those. But I definitely want to get at least a one set of the what's this, the rider or the horseman set. Looks like a blue bar at the top and started update. Fingers crossed. I don't think it's moving. I think it's there just for fun. We've seen that more than once. I think it's there to just messing with me. An artist starter looks so good. Need that mop. You mean the mount? You know what we need from mob? We need those celestial mounts that you can get in mob dungeons on retail. We need those. Because they end up adding every single one of the celestials as a mount that you can get in classic mob. But you can't get it in retail. And everybody's like, wait, why not? Like, I think people would actually level a character from mob just to get those mounts, just so you can have them retail. Yeah, take them, give me the charger, it looks so goddamn good. I mean, if they want to like make a crossover event, right? You get it on retail, kill a couple of goblins, and then you get a mount for classic. I'd be cool with that too. Why not? Add incidental injury. The way you get the mounts is from gearing alts. What? Explain. I'm gonna relog again. I'm gonna get back to that screen where it tells me like if all my characters are available or not. Gonna try to relog again real quick. It's from opening the bags in your main, sending it to an alt, easier coins of fortune, or the new fragment stuff. It's from opening a bag that your main sends to an alt. Why would you just... What do you... Wait, did it literally give you a bag so your main has to send it to an alt? Giving them lesser coins of fortune or the new stone fragment stuff. Why can't you just open that bag on your main? That's weird. Either way, I feel like if they added like just a way for you to be able to get that mount in classic and then you get it in every other version of the game, I feel like a lot of retail players would just play mob just to get the mount. They've got us a way to gear all of we're playing our mains. Oh. Well, what if you just want them out? You should just be able to open on your main then. Right? Probably have 500 lesser coins of good fortune. I'm assuming you don't buy them out with lesser coins. You need them coins for bonus rolls, etc. You don't buy them out with lesser coins, right? You buy it with the I'm assuming with the fragment stuff, right? Or I don't even know actually. How do you earn the mounts? Let's go with that. So you buy them with auger stones from the heroic dungeon stuff. Okay, how do you get auger stones then? GG comes from an achievement for doing dungeons. Do you have an article on how to get them all? WoW classic. Oh, celestial mounts. I just want to know how to get them. That celestial steed will finally become available. Okay, so you get it from August Stone Fragments. And the crane is from Pandaria Celestial. Containing satchel of celestial chance, which can be purchased for 10. The majority of these previous notes have a chance, so you basically just have to get those satchels, and there's a chance that you can get one of those mounts from those. Okay. That's kind of unfortunate. So you basically just open the satchels, and there's a chance you can get all the other mounts, and you get the bird from achievement. Got it. Got it. That explains it a little better. I was confused until I actually read it. How goes raid testing? Any progress from home selection boss? Yeah, no. He's kicking our ass so far. I haven't figured... We don't really know what the mechanics on this guy is yet. But he's got everybody stumped for the moment. He's got a lot of us stumped for the time being. Yeah, I wish there was like a dungeon journal for this or something so I knew how to like deal with this. I do have limited inputs though. I can hop on the realm and then I can just get stuck in a loop. And I need to figure out how to bypass that mechanic. To do that, I'm waiting for my nubbies of a character to show up. Once I get enough resources on here, once the resources start showing up, then I can join Farak. And then hopefully bypass it. Which class you testing PTR? I tested out loading screen. I haven't got to test shit. I mean, unless you mean like which characters I've got to mess around with. I've got to play a bit of mage, I got to play a bit of rogue, a bit of death knight, shadow priest. What's up, Odie? How you doing, fam? Hope you're doing good, beautiful. How you doing today? Super boss, 3 stones for final boss if every other boss is dead. 3 stones for final boss if every other boss is dead. I guess it's like to encourage people not skipping bosses. Is that what that is for? That's lame, man. Just let people skip. Who cares, right? Oh, you gotta kill every boss. Why? Because you gotta play the content, man. Maybe it's like to make sure that whoever, if there's like a new player in that group, they don't get a bad experience. Maybe. How's Rogue doing besides the dope new killing spree? I like our tier sets. We don't get a lot of new stuff so far. Killing spree is fun. Icon looks cool. We get cool tier sets. So far, yeah, that's about all we got. You don't want to skip anyways to give LFR gear. I mean, I think you should be able to skip. Because imagine doing Jade Temple and like not being able to go to the back door and then just doing first boss, third boss, final boss. Instead you have to run all the way to the story and sit there and RP. Like, that's just not fun. Or... what's that one boss? I don't know if you can skip it, but it's the Temple in New Ozawa. Bro, I'm hoping they do something with that RP of Temple in New Ozawa or Siege of New Ozawa Temple or whatever. They gotta delete that dungeon from MOP. Delete it. It doesn't need to exist. Every other dungeon is fine. That one can be deleted. Send that one straight to hell. That one was like not fun at all. Not fun at all, man. Dude, every time people would play like a mop remix and you got that dungeon as your daily queue, people would just leave. Nobody would want to do it. At that point, like, ban the dungeon. Ban the dungeon. Ban it. We don't want to do it. You can't make me. I've left 3 times. Bro, seriously. It is terrible. It is garbaggio of a new degree. I'm doing okay, kind of sad and happy today. My dog, Ashes, have finally returned home. That is a bittersweet. I am so sorry to hear that. That is a bittersweet. But also at the same time, it's the end of a chapter. The end of an era. Legacy Legos and mounts drops going 10%. I saw. It looks so good. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I've been doing a bit of mount farming in dungeons and raids, and yeah, my mount drops have been abysmal. So I'm gonna farm the shit out of stuff as soon as it comes out, man. It looks like it's only for raids and dungeons, not open world content. So that's still gonna have like a very, very rough drop rates. I've been trying to mostly farm a lot of my mounts from open world though. I got really lucky. I got all my mop mounts except for Indasta. But maybe they'll count as a raid because it's a world boss and it's kind of like a raid. I don't know if it counts, but also I've been trying for mounts within raids and dungeons recently too. That's gonna be really nice. I am probably gonna end up farming up everything I can from Legion stuff, and I'm gonna have like nothing to do during Legion remix, unfortunately. But I have too many alts, man. Could you buy Industa's mount? I have no idea. You could with bronze, I think, but I think I might have missed it. I think I might have confused Industa's mount with like another mount from Horadon, I think it was. Or maybe I thought Undasa's mount is one of those like Zandalari like war scouts or whatever that you can find in the open world. And I was just like, oh, that's ugly. I don't want it. Not realizing that that's Undasta mount. But it is an ugly mount. It's just like a blue Triceratops that looks like every other Triceratops. Just slightly different kind of hue of blue or hue of greenish. Blue-greenish. 9,999 bones. No, I have not. I mean, I might do that later. Because like farming bones on the island doesn't seem that bad. But it's just time consuming. I like mounts that you can like. You'd think that would be very, very into mounts that you can work towards, like the bones and stuff. I just gotta like killing an open world rare and seeing if a mount drops. Gonna make sure weapons Legion mix. We'll see, man. I don't think so. If they wanted to bring back cool stuff from like Mage Tower, I think they would have done it with challenge mode dungeons. They would have brought the challenge mode sets them up, and they did not. So I don't think they're gonna bring back the weapons. Unless if they do, that's gonna cause a riot. Because it's like, okay, if you're gonna bring back those weapons but not mob challenge modes, we're gonna have a problem. Either bring all of it back or none of it back. Be consistent, Blizzard. You said yourselves that it's gonna be a unique reward. We're not gonna bring it back in the from the game. If they bring it back, then they're going back on the word, and it's like, bring all of it back. All of it. None of it should ever be cool. You know what? Just give it away to everybody. Make these items like worthless. Because that's kind of how a lot of people are gonna feel if they bring back those weapons from Mage Tower. And like the cat form and all that. It's just kind of worthless at that point. It's like, well, it was cool, but now it's not. Because everybody on the Mother has it, and everybody can just walk in and get it. It's kind of lame. Mob sets were not good. No, they were awesome. No, you can't convince me on that. Mob challenge mode sets were amazing looking. All of them have like extra effects when you cast spells. They're dope. They're really good for their time. The Open Soul Major was so good. No, mob sets were insane. I don't care if they're like low res quality nowadays. They're still goated for the era that they came from. They were really good. Which challenge mug from Mob Classic would be transferable to retail? I know, right? That would be cool. I think if they did that, bro, everybody would start to go back to play Mob just to get the sets. Everybody that's a retail Andy will play Mob just to get the sets. No, that it started on Legion. Yeah, no, those mob sets were awesome. Like, again, they're not the highest pixel density nowadays compared to some of the newer sets, but they're still insane. They're still iconic. They're awesome. Even WoD, as trash of an expansion as that was, and like, let's be honest, it was kind of a garbage can of an expansion. There was just nothing to do, but like the challenge mode weapons were badass. The warrior set puts your shoulders head on fire when you press charge and rage. Yeah, I mean, every time you use an effect, like something would happen. Rogues, when you have cooldowns rolling, smoke rolls off of the shoulders, and you're just like you're hiding in a smoke bomb. Paladin would have these shoulders that would light up like a Power Ranger every time you use big buttons. Death Knight, like bony shoulders would glow blue. It's badass, man. What is my least favorite expansion? So Dragonflight for sure. I don't know, man. I think Dragonflight is above Shadowlands and Warlord's General for me. I think that's some work to put Dragonflight that low. Below WoD too. Because it was like nothing to do with WoD. You log in into your garrison, you do your Facebook game for like a minute, and then you log off. There's nothing else to do. Do you want to do professions? You don't have to. You got your mine and you got your herbalism garden. Go and collect that stuff and make things. You don't need to go out in the open world. Oh, you want to do dailies? Why would you want to do dailies? Go to that map, put your followers, let them go and have fun and play in the open world. You get to sit there and wait for them. like a mom waiting for the kids to return from like a camping trip or something. That was you. And then they gave your followers a boats. Could you ride on a boat and go on adventures? Nuh-uh, they can. They were having a lot of fun, bringing a lot of treasure back. You were just sitting at home like a dumbass. Because Blizzard knew like, we can make these dumbasses pay us $15 to sit in the garrison. Is there anything to do in open world? I mean, there's a world boss with the relevant gear that you're never going to use. Maybe some treasures that like, who cares about? They're not even cool looking. You want to go collect some oil for cartels to buy nothing with it? Go for it. There's nothing to do. Open world was ass. There's like 5 rares that drop a mount, and that's about it. WoD, BFA, SL were not great. Yeah, none of them were good. BFA, I think, does get a lot of hate, and I think by the tail end, with corruption and stuff, it did end up having been fun, but not for everybody though. Definitely not for everybody. It had fun things, like War Mode was fun, because it was the first time they introduced it. Corruptions as a power gear thing was cool, just acquisition was ass. Some of the raid fights were cool as an idea, but not great. I feel like BFA definitely is above those two. Like if I had to like be honest. But definitely pretty low points. And I should bring it back in bear form. Look like a Testa Green fusion. I like the Fellware Bear. I don't know what you're talking about. I like the Fellware Bear. Personal, the non-PvP people into war mode and invasions was great for me and for BFA. I think it was Horde mode. I think that was the one issue with it. It was basically Horde mode. And so Horde had war mode on. Alliance just did not bother. It was worth to put it on, but it was just not really that worth. It wasn't worth the struggle. And then try to give Alliance like more incentives again and again and again. I was like, come on, man, give Horde something. But like, yeah, open world PvP like big battles, however, in BFA were pretty bad though, because you had so many little like procs from your gear and your necklace and whatnot. It just like would lag out the servers. It was pretty rough, but like when it worked, it was really fun. You get heroic gear from raid. It was funny. Heroic raid gear. I don't remember we're doing world boss in WoD. Yeah, like he exists, but like I don't remember anybody making groups for him. I remember trying war mode and BFA to level and out. Keep getting ganked by max level players. No touch it again. Yeah, I feel like as Horde you probably enjoyed it. As Alliance you probably didn't. Or if you're a Horde, I think war mode is fun, but there definitely needs to be more incentives to turn it on. It used to be needed AP, all the AP in the world, so people would want to keep it on, but too many Horde were playing, and Horde was like the more populated faction, so they would just all turn it on. Alliance were just getting outnumbered, so we just turn it off. At least on an A. I don't know how it was on the EU. I like the legendaries in SL. I feel like they're underrated, so most of them have been integrated into class trees. Yeah, I think the whole being able to craft the Lego, the idea of it, I think is fine. But they basically became like a mandatory thing you had to get, and they were a pain to obtain and pain to upgrade. So I felt like legendaries were just not done well. I feel like you should have just been able to get a legendary, and that's it. No upgrades, just get a Lego. Make it super easy to obtain. You do like a quest and that's it, you're good. Next week you do another quest, you get another Lego, and then over time you collect a bunch of them. Level a shaman with 1 minute blood loss and let dumb chain light PvP talents so easy and funny. Yeah, PvP talents for war mode were really good for leveling too. That is true. I like the Legends SL. I feel like, yeah, people just salted the amount of time SL wasted. Torghast was a waste of time. The Maw was a waste of time. And I also feel like they had a lot of lost potential, right? They had opportunity for a Maldraxxus raid, an Ardenweald raid, a Bastion raid, and they never did it. There was like a bunch of storylines of like the Drust in Ardenweald. That could have been a mini boss or something. They just never did anything with it. Instead, you were running. The problem with it too is I feel like Shadowlands also burned a lot of people out really early on. Because for the last few expansions, they've done an AP system. Artifact power in Legion to power up a weapon. Then they did a Azerite power to buff up your neck and your gear. And then they introduced Anima. And people always connected it to, oh, it's another AP system. I can just farm Anima and I can grow more powerful. Bro, you have no idea how many players popped in, how many commenters popped in when we were streaming Shadowlands content. Like, dude, I keep farming Anima and I'm not growing any more powerful. I'm like, stop farming Anima. It does nothing for you. I would have to tell so many people to just like stop farming it. It doesn't make your character stronger. It's just for cosmetics. And like upgrading your Sanctum, but the upgrading Sanctum does nothing. Just do your story for the renown. Did a quest? Cool. You don't have to touch that character for any more power. Go do some dungeons. You have no idea how many people I had to tell this. In my guild, my friends, one dude was losing his mind because he was farming Anima forever and he's like, why is my character not growing stronger? I'm like, what does Anima do for you? Tell me. He couldn't explain. I'm like, dude, please explain me. He could not explain, but he's like, I need to get more of it. But I'm stuck. I can't get more. I'm like, why do we need it? When I was telling him, like, explain it to me, he was thinking I was messing with him. I'm like, please, no, seriously. What is it used for? What is it used for? What are you gonna use it for? And it's like, well, it's like buff my Covenant Sanctum, right? I was like, how are you gonna buff your Covenant Sanctum? And he's like, well, I'm gonna go over and dump it into my, like, you know, little canister or whatever for Covenant. I'm like, okay, now what do you do with it? And he was just silent because he actually had no clue. He just assumed it was just another AP system. And I'm assuming a lot of the players were like that. So you have an expansion of Legion where you have to farm AP. And people got really, really aggressively to farming AP. Like spam farming it, right? People were grinding it endlessly. Grinding it. And then you go into Battle for Azeroth where you got more AP to grind. So you have one expansion where you got people I used to grind. BFA, where people perfected the grind, and then you got Shadowlands with what looks like AP that you could also grind. But people's brains are already wired, and you're trying to make this not a power progression, but they're still treating it like a power progression. And they're grinding it non-stop at the start of an expansion, and they're literally burning themselves out. Because they've been grinding expansion 1, grinding expansion 2, grinding expansion 3, getting mad that they have to grind again. I'm like, but why are you grinding? It took so long for players to unlearn that AP is no longer, it's not an AP system. It's just Anima for some random garbage. It took so long. Yeah, Anima post. Yeah, explore. Yeah. From the WoW community Reddit, see a total Anima post. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, people were grinding Anima non-stop, dude. They were getting so much of it. Non-stop. It took so long for people to just be like, wait, I don't need it anymore. Like, no one read the tooltip. No one read into, like, anything with Anima. Nobody read into it. People just assumed that it was just going to be an AP system. But it isn't. It's just for dumb cosmetics and upgrading your Sanctum so you can get even more dumb cosmetics. Literally all. Are the servers up? That post was mine. Oh, that post was yours? I didn't realize it. Oh yeah, so that's your screenshot. Look. How much Anima he had in the bank, stored, in the bag, reservoir, total. Yeah, Arthur had 332,000 Anima. It's just a lot of Anima. And like Arthur, by that point, he knew that, oh, he's just there for like power progression or whatever. Not power progression, cosmetics. But some people were grinding that like little life depending on it. It was bad, man. It was bad. Dude needs help. That was Arthur. That was the boy. He doesn't need no help. He knows what he's doing. I caused the anime drought in the Shadowlands. Yeah, single-handedly. Dude, and you got like so much anime and it's like everybody's like, there's a drought. I'm like, I have 300,000 of these bitches in my bags. What do you mean there's a drought? I get so many of them. How is there a goddamn drought in these? What do you mean there's a drought? Says who? You know how many of these I have here? So much goddamn anima. Okay, I'm gonna relog. Dude, our server still cooked. Casual has 200k dead people in the bank. Oh yeah, there's dead people. No, it's not even dead people. It's just like it's the byproduct of having dead people in Shadowlands doing things, getting bullied or getting resurrected or getting put in the having a nap time with the Venthyr or having to go to like get drafted with Necrolords, going to the BDSM chambers of the Venthyr, or like training to become or training to kidnap more souls with the Kyrian. Fairy is what they call them, but it's really kidnapping. I have to collect them and sell someone to send to the mall. Yeah, she's just out there in the mall still, walking around. She's like, where's the goddamn anime here, bro? Where's the goddamn anime? Jailer is merely my puppet. So it's gonna make a BDSM Nightborn house. Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, you saw that yesterday we looked... was it yesterday or the day before? It's the day before that, because yesterday I didn't stream. But last time I streamed, they found like these cages, the Nightborn cages. Yeah, I'm sure they could find some Venthyr cages too. How's DK feeling? I kind of like them. New Talents for Frost is really all over the place, but I'm excited to see what kind of builds you'll make. I like some of the build crafting you can do with Unholy too. It feels weird not having a grippy hand though, and Blizzard probably should give that class like a raid buff or something. You have to secretly get a workhorse. He did get the Venthyr horse. He got what's that horse? Blanchie. I never got Blanchie. I'll probably get Blanchie eventually, but yeah. The cage, yeah. Yeah, they have those Venthyr cages to put souls into. I thought 2% haste was gonna be raid buff. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. But then it's like it turned into but then when you log on PTR, it's just a haste buff. Said miss our biggest raid utility, Sappy Hands. Well, a lot of people even would call like raid utility. Grip is not a raid buff. There's a lot of death knights right now that are like on strike or protesting the DK changes. They're like, grip is not a raid buff. Give us a raid buff. Because right now, like DKs are not really like necessary. They probably should provide a buff though. It was looking like they were gonna get a 2% raid buff, but turned out to be just like passive. Blue Post made it sound like there's gonna be the big buff. So yeah, both your AMZs I think are fine, but it's like a nice little utility. That probably should bring some kind of a buff though. Hell, even if it's a 1% haste buff, I think it's still valuable. 2% would be better though. Such a huge defensive loss for Blood Tomb. 2 Bone Shield charges per pull. Didn't they remove Bone Shield or Resource Generation with Grippy Hand for like Dragonflight or War Within? One of those expansions I'm pretty sure they removed in your Resource Generation. It was just used as a utility. Unless Blood always like retained that. I was pretty sure they removed it. Just to make it like a button. Blood is a talent that if you pull a target you gain charges. Oh, okay. But that is like different irrespective of the grippy hand. I guess with the grippy hand it would function that same way, but it wouldn't work directly off of grippy. Just like watching an 18-second ad, couldn't skip for some ugly chick drinking orange juice. I'm so sorry to hear about Taka Ponder, but why? I don't control that one. I did not put that ad in front of you, my man. I have no idea. But, you know, gotta drink that OJ. Vitamin C keeps you from getting scurvy, I guess. I have no idea. If you have mass grip, you gain 12 bone shield charges if there's 12 mobs. That's really good, actually. Was Mass Grip Warfane's grabs does not have a target cap? Or was Travel like the cap? Because I don't remember off the top of my head. Dude, are we just gonna end up sitting and stream here and just hanging out, watching the loading screen the entire time? Or is Blizzard fixing it on their end? I'm hoping they're fixing it on their end, or at least attempting to. Let me see. Raid testing schedule. Hi all, unfortunately we'll be canceling today's raid testing due to character login issues. Wait, they just posted 2 minutes ago. They're canceling raid testing today. Raid test canceled, boys. Raid test canceled. At least you have a good taste for music. Oh, yeah, rip. Let's keep an eye on raid schedule thread for update information. Tomorrow's testing is still scheduled to proceed as normal. Problem is tomorrow we're doing our duels. Yeah, so I won't be there for that, but I guess I get a normal over the weekend. Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah. Apparently it is canceled due to character login issues. Look, we were all logged in fine. We were all logged in just fine. And then Blizzard kicked everybody off. And then I guess everybody trying to log in, they're just having a lot of issues or whatever. And then they just couldn't fix it. Just like, don't lock people out is the problem. Like, whoever's logged in, just let them stay in. And then whatever test you can is whatever test you can. I don't know why they kicked everybody out in the first place. Just like, lock it down. Don't let more, like if you're getting overloaded, just lock the servers so you can't just get more people in. And then you can have some sort of a test. Better that you have a test than no tests. 100% bet some dumb hunter or shaman did something stupid and broke the server. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. It feels like there are definitely certain abilities that are... Like, randomly I'll be out in the open world and like I'll see a warlock walking around or like another class walking around and I'll press an ability and then I'll crash. But as soon as I can walk away from all the other players, I don't get any crashes. So certain abilities I think are, or trinkets maybe, are crashing other players. Also, who is this speedy rogue guy? Is that a rogue dev? Oh, the same person that posted that. That's a bummer. Right before we crashed, Fraziki, my group was in like 30-40 million. Apparently Frazikis could do a lot of damage. Damn. Well, we tried, boys. We tried. So we basically got to do at least like an hour of hanging out and then an hour of just AFK. What a stream, huh? Well, this are the streams that I come in for. I think if we'll give it like 5 minutes, maybe the servers will be back up. Because I was going to do a video on PTR. I wonder if the servers are going to be down for the rest of the night. That'd be fun. That'll be awesome. Great. But seriously, I think Blizzard, I know they're probably just trying to get everybody in here. Dala Q&A stream. Yeah, maybe another time, man. How am I going to be able to do... I really want to do raid testing tomorrow. But I don't think I'll be able to do that with, like, duels at all. Unless I want to delay duels by an hour. But I don't... The reason why we do them as early as we do is because of the EU schedule. Damn, dude, this sucks. I was actually excited to do some raid testing. I guess I'll be able to do some raid testing over the weekend. Be like on a Friday night, do like a normal run. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the schedule again. I want to see when they're doing normal raid testing. Normal starts tomorrow at 7 PM on Friday. It ends Monday, so anytime over the weekend I should be able to do some raid testing. It's still EU. Duels are having a working again. EU. I think it is just EU. I don't think we can have enough bodies for NA at all. Maybe one day, but as of the moment, nah. Damn. That sucks, dude. That sucks. I gotta figure something out next time for the ray test. Because they only have like they only give us 4 days to do ray testing. So I guess now they're gonna have to add more days if at all possible. Just postpone it since it's double EU again to do some testing, but Duels always let us all as well. Maybe, but Justin's cancelled. I am aware. I am aware. We looked at it earlier, like a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be really awkward to just like title and change the stream thumbnail and title and all that. It's just, I think I would just do Duels. I think I just hop on Duels and I'll see some of the, I'll just do some raid testing on normal in my free time. Friday night, Saturday, whatever. Damn. And I wanted to do some testing today, boys. Unfortunate. Unless what I could do is we could just do Duels on Saturday and do Friday raid testing and just give EU basically 1 day, but try to get as many Duels in on that day as possible. That is another option. So do raid test Friday and then like Duel Saturday. Probably not, actually. Probably not. I feel like Fridays are very, very active. Saturdays are not as active as Fridays, but still fun. I guess, well, no, I guess it's a give or take. It all depends. I don't know. I think I'll just do double Duels again. Although I definitely do want to do some raid testing. I'll just do it in my free time. Alrighty, well, with that, boys, thank you all. You guys are wonderful to hang out with. Super fun conversations, all that. Which we're actually going to do some raid testing. We'll figure something out for the next week, I guess. Oh, yeah, dude, seriously. No, it's really bad. Yeah, everybody got ready for raid test. Everybody got the characters ready. We're literally there. I hopped on an hour early. Basically, hitting the clock. As soon as it hits 3, which is like raid time, they're having issues. And after an hour, they just can't, like, figure it out. I don't know what the hell happened. I have no idea what the hell happened. But a lot of people like took the time out of their day, and like the times they do for raid testing for PTR are just never convenient for anybody. EU, NA, doesn't matter. It's just inconvenient for literally everybody in every time zone. Every time zone. What they should have done is just be like EU server, EU testing during like EU evening hours, and then do NA server, NA testing during NA evening hours. Do the same thing for like the Asian realms and like Australian realms or whatever. Right? Just do like a time slot. You go in, whatever bots you want to, test it. You have like 3 hours. Get out. Something, anything. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow for those. Yeah, boys. You guys have a good one. Hopefully PTR realms will be back up later today so I can work on a project. I got a lot of video ideas and stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna probably go and get some to eat maybe at this point. I don't really know, dude. Probably gonna chill on the couch, wait until the servers are back up and whatnot. But you guys have a wonderful one. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry about raid testing, man. I can't do much about it. I really wanted to raid test. We were here, we were ready, we were an hour early, all that. We were prepped and ready. It is what it is, though. Alrighty. Peace, boys. See you tomorrow.
That's my tool.